I'm a big believer in them. They belong in every meal. So let's get our potatoes in the ground. So welcome back, everyone. We have a special episode for you today. I'm taking a little bit of a break from the house. Not much of a break. Mostly just getting around to something I'm way behind in. By way behind, I mean I should have done this 3 weeks ago, but been so busy in the house, so busy with everything else going on, it just didn't happen. I'm waiting for next year when things slow down maybe a little bit and I'll be able to focus on these things better. So the project I'm working on now, already gone through with the tiller, and I tilled up actually probably more space than I'm going to use, but I'm trying to reserve it for next year when I'm going to have a bigger garden. But I do have a number of vine plants which are going to love the extra space. So I've gone over it with the tiller twice. Yeah, you still see some, stuff in here. That's not a big deal though. There's going to be plenty of that, but this is nice loose soil. And the other thing I did while I was at it, so I took this tree down. I only took it down to there for a reason. That's a project that's coming down the road, and I'll show you exactly why I left it up that high. But we did take out this tree because it was leaning way over the house. Now all the brush and everything that was on it, we slowly burnt it over top of the garden. I let it sit there a little while just because it was convenient, and I spread the ash over the space before tilling. And what that does is ash is really rich in nitrogen. It's excellent for helping things grow. So we'll let that break down in the soil over time, and that's going to help things along. So as I get to empty out the fire pit, things like that, that's typically where I like to put it. So what I'm working on right now in particular, I have to organize this now. Probably not going to bother with a hoe just because it's a lot slower. I'm just going to use a rake because this ground is already really nice and soft. And I'm going to start putting the rows in. And after I get everything marked out, I'm going to use flags, mark out where the rows are going. So I use a spacing of 32 inches. The recommendation is 2 to 3 feet. So I go right in the middle, 32 inches. We're going to have our rows 32 inches apart, and I'm probably going to have some mounds somewhere down the way because I got a lot of pumpkins and melons going in. Those will be fun. So let's get to it.
What are you doing?
Cooking. We got this new grill, and since we got it, I love cooking. So this is the Monument grill we just got. We have been using it, and we got a longer form video coming out. They sponsored us for a full video, and we are super excited about this. It's been great. I've been using it all the time, and I'll tell you, it's just perfect, every bit of it. It's got the space we need. It's got a rotisserie thing. We can grill chicken on it. One thing I really like, it has a temperature display, which is great because, I always know what's going on with it. So we can see it's pretty hot. This thing heats up quick. Real quick.
It's got a little place to put your tools.
It does. And you can see what's going on. So, when you're grilling and, this is a pain everybody understands, you want to open it up, see what's going on. You don't have to open it up because every time you open it, you lose heat, and you don't want to do that. So, yeah, we had it going, what was it, our son's birthday. Yeah. We had so much going on right here. We were doing sausages, we did kebabs, we did steak, we did the works. Hamburgers, they were delicious. I'm a connoisseur of hamburgers. But yeah, no, this is great. It's easy to use. It's got 6 burners on it. So you got lots of control. If you want to grill multiple things, it's great. Now, we got lots of storage. And unlike previous cheap grills we've had, because it's all we've ever really had, this is by far the nicest one I've seen. Gotten lots of compliments on it so far. We got plenty of storage down here. I don't have to go into the kitchen for tools. We wash them up and they go right back in here. And this is another favorite feature of mine. And we're going to be using this in a little bit because we got chicken on those kebabs. So this will plug in right here. And right on this display, we have a meat probe. There's actually a second one of these. I think it's still getting washed, but you can plug it in. You can have two separate and they'll display separately. But yeah, this is great because, like I said, we're grilling chicken. So on this side, we've got the propane tank. You unlock it down there. It just slides right out. It's no longer awkward trying to change this out. It's so easy. It's just done just like that. So just locks right up.
Yeah.
Done.
Well, and then there's an app too that you can use to monitor the temperature and
yeah,
all
you
that.
can check it right from your phone. So I can actually walk away. I can go do something with the kids and I know exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and over here we got a searing pad. Oh, I didn't clean it.
Oh, from last time we had some steaks.
Yes, that's right.
Well, that's okay. They can see we've been using it. Yeah.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
that's really cool. And then I like how much space there is on either side of it for your stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, definitely. You can put plates on here, condiments, everything you need. It all fits. Yeah, and this window is still probably one of the best features by far.
Yeah.
Like
Everybody that came over was like, "Ooh."
Yeah, like
when they were looking at it, they were like, and Ray was grilling. He was so excited about it. That was so much fun.
He did most of the grilling.
Pretty much all of the grill. Yeah, that day. Yeah, well, he wanted to turn on it. You've been having your turn, so he wanted to turn.
Well, you can have it. I don't mind. He's a better cook than I am anyway.
Yeah,
Very happy
it's
with
a beautiful grill.
It is. Well, we're gonna keep this for a long time. We're gonna keep it nice.
Oh yeah.
So we're really happy with it. I've been bragging about it to everybody I know. It's not a huge amount of people, but everybody at church, my family, my friends. Let's just say it's been on my mind since we got it. But yeah, if you want one for yourself, we're going to put a link in the description below and you can feel free to check that out. But I highly recommend it. It's been great.
Yeah, because they'll get a discount on the website, Monument Grill's website. So yeah, we've been loving it. I've been loving the little break from cooking.
Yeah, and I actually don't mind cooking on this thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull it out in the winter too.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah.
It'll be great.
Yeah, I don't mind. Sausages are done though.
You're good!
All right, so got the mounds done yesterday and the rows, and we're ready to plant. It got pretty late yesterday. The mosquitoes started nipping. We have some mosquito repellent up, but I think it's wore off. They came out pretty hard. So let's get back to it. Now, if you're thinking some of these plants look a little sad, it's because they've been stuck in these tiny containers for way too long. Like I said, this is 3 weeks overdue. All right, so we got everything in the ground here. So this is a couple days ago now. I let the kids have a couple rows here and they kind of just planted whatever they want. So I don't have any stakes in the ground yet. I did mark it down on paper what I got, and I'll throw the stakes in a little bit. So now next on the agenda, of course, has to be in every garden from a Canadian, we are going to do potatoes. So we found these russets that just started growing out the eyes, and I thought, oh, I'll save those. Some of them waited a little too long, but most of these are really, really ready to go. My goodness, look at that. Got some nice growth on there. So what we want to do, we're going to cut them down so we got at least 2 of these live eyes on each. Some of them have a lot, some of them have a little, as you can see. And we got 3 rows left to work with. I'm going to dedicate 1 whole row here to potatoes, especially since they keep for a very long time. They're a great one if you're looking to preserve stuff over the winter especially. So we're going to basically dig a 4-inch trench all the way through, throw the potatoes in, and then bury them. After I cut them up and just get as much as I can out of them. So yeah, all you need for potatoes is a plant that's growing. They're very easy, very easy. They're one of the hardiest things to grow and hardiest things to keep. And we learned from the Irish potato famine that just how important potatoes are. I'm a big believer in them. They belong in every meal. So let's get our potatoes in the ground. Alright, so now for these last 2 rows here, I'm just going to go around, just pull some of the weeds and the grass out. Because I had just turned this soil for the first time and the grass was in, this is something I'm going to be fighting for a little bit. Just these clumps of grass still coming up. Perfectly normal, that's fine. So it's definitely best to take care of that before putting seeds in the ground, because as you pull these weeds out with fresh seeds, you could really disturb what you planted. So just go through, give it a quick run, and now I shouldn't really have to worry about it too much until after everything's germinated, which is great. And as you can see here, it didn't really take that long to just go up and down the row. As long as you're staying on top of it, it's not that bad. But the moment you let it go, you know, even for a few days too long, it starts getting out of hand quick with the weeds. So let's get some vegetables in the ground. So everything's now in with exception to lettuce. I thought I had that, I didn't. Xana wants lettuce, so I'm gonna pick some up and I'll throw that in quickly later. I got a spot reserved for it in the meantime. So to finish things off, we got something pretty cool here. So we got a package in the mail recently from a viewer, Melissa B from Texas, who sent these. They're markers that she had made by hand, and they are really cool. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't even want to mark them just yet. I'm gonna put them in the ground. I know what's where, and I'm gonna mark them later. I might get Xana to do it. That way it's done nicely, because they're very nice. I don't know what you use to seal them with, but if I use Sharpie, some of the stuff used to remove Sharpie is kind of harsh, so I'm not sure if I want to mark it permanently without being sure. But we'll get to that. But I'm going to throw these in the ground just to separate everything nicely, and we'll do that right now. And I'll get Xana to mark them up later. But that's a really cool thing from Melissa. Yeah, no, we love the handmade stuff especially. I'm a huge fan of it. You know, as somebody who makes stuff by hand. So, yeah, no, let's get this in. It's going to be a really cool looking garden. Good start anyway. It's the first year. Next year is probably going to look even better, just because I'll be a little further along, a little more established. Right now it's enough. We'll be able to get something by the end of the year. We'll be pretty content with that. So let's get this finished up. So that worked out pretty perfect. There's not enough to identify every single plant. I don't really need that though, because a bunch of the plants are actually old enough that I can identify them just by the foliage above the ground. They were started indoors, but yeah, no, it's looking pretty good. Everything's filled up. I'm happy, and yeah, I should be able to get quite a bit by the end of the year. So as always, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Till then, bye.